Aloha kako! My name is James Hustace, and I serve as your Hawaii County Council member for District 9, representing the communities of North and South Kohala. Just want to provide a few new updates since our last chat. Hope you all had a nice Memorial Day weekend with family and friends. A lot of celebrations going on across the district, and I was grateful to participate in many of them. It was great to attend the Waikoloa School Ho'olaule'a and see the performances by the keiki and really participate in that event, as well as attend the Young Innovators Hawaii. Nice gathering of middle school students from Kohala Middle School and the 6th grade students there on all the projects that they brought forward and kind of enjoying in those festivities. And then also participate and be in attendance at the Kohala High School graduation. So, it's graduation season. A lot of graduations happened over this last week and weekend. So congratulations to all the graduates and the families as you step forward in this next chapter of your life. And then, yesterday, Memorial Day, I was honored to attend the ceremony at the West Hawaii Veterans Cemetery and share a few words there with the crowd. So very touched, very moving event there at the West Hawaii Veterans Cemetery. Last week was a very busy week with normal committee council days, a lot of things on the agenda for those 2 days. But we also had a special budget meeting last Thursday, which was the first reading of the budget. There were amendments made from the council, and administration gave an overview of the changes from the first draft of the budget. They gave just an updates on the things that were changing and things that we expect in the second draft here. So once again, the operating budget is that first half of the budget, and the administration is proposing $953 million for operating budget, which is a 3.5% increase from last year's budget. We also had some good conversations about the capital budget, the second half of the budget, and the projects in there on those lists there, those capital improvement project lists, from wastewater facility repairs to more specifically here in the district with the community shelter at the Waimea District Park, as well as redevelopments of the Mahukona Beach Park, and then the Waikoloa Road and Paniolo Avenue intersection were part of that initial list. But then, myself from District 9 was grateful to bring forward a number of amendments to the capital budget list. And I want to mahalo the community members that came out in support of these projects as I made these amendments to the capital budget. One particularly was for the Waikoloa Arterial Road. So we sought out funding for planning and design those initial phases for an arterial road for Waikoloa Village. And then we also had requested and appropriated some funds for other road improvements in Waikoloa Village and expanding Paniolo Avenue further past Ho'oko out towards Kamakoa. So some big infrastructure projects, that I wanted to push on, and I'm grateful for the support from the community, the positive testimony to help kind of move those items forward and earn the votes that we needed to on those amendments there. We also proposed some reappropriation of funds for major repairs to the Kohala swimming pool. I know that pool has some challenges with the pumps, and it's been something the community's been patching together over time, and we really need to kind of step forward and support from the county on those major projects and major repairs. We also put in a reappropriation of funds for park and field improvements at the Waimea District Park. So those were lapsing, and we wanted to kind of re-up those. And we also sought a new funding request for the Puako community as well, as they lean in on sewer improvements in those areas. So some major appropriations of funds for the district. Grateful for all the support, and the people that wanted to talk story about these have been receiving some emails about those, and all the community efforts to kind of push on these projects and really see the need in the community as we kind of meet those infrastructure demands in our growing communities, and of course the impact on our environment in those areas. So mahalo for all the testimony and for taking the time to submit your feedback on these items and really push them forward. So mahalo nui, I want to thank all of you. Council is off this week. We don't have any committee and council this week, but we'll be on next week starting June 3rd and June 4th in Hilo. We also have our second special budget meeting on Thursday, June 5th. So this is that second and final reading of the budget. Some things that will be on the agenda, we have some further discussions on the VIVI grant awardees, and then we're going to have that second reading on Bill 44, which is a bill I co-introduced on real property tax relief for our homestead communities, providing parity with other counties and really that overall relief for our homesteaders. So please submit your testimony on any bills that come before council. You're welcome to use the email address counciltestimony@hawaiicounty.gov. Your written testimony is due at 12 noon on the business day prior to that meeting. And remember that your voice is important, and I do value your insight on these items that come before council. And then looking ahead to this week a little bit, some community things that are happening. We have some ongoing road work across the district here. There's some striping to be had and happening along the Lindsay Road, Mamaloa Highway between Lindsay Road intersection and Lalamila Farm Road. So between mile markers 0 and 1. So some last stuff going on there with some paving, but some forthcoming striping in that area. Also do expect some impacts out on Mamaloa Highway around the Daniel K. Inouye Highway intersection for more paving and striping efforts. Along Kohala Road, some grass cutting this week. Up in Hawi and Kapa'au, between Hawi and Kapa'au, between mile markers 21.5 out to 25. There's some shoulder maintenance and road maintenance going on this week. And then up on Kohala Mountain Road, some ongoing tree trimming and shoulder work. For some other community events, the Annunciation Food Pantry is today, Tuesday, May 27th. They start at 8 a.m. and they'll go until their POW today. And then on Thursday, the North Kohala Agricultural Group is meeting at the Kohala Village Hub, starting at 4:30. If you want to have a good discussion about ag efforts in North Kohala. This Saturday, there'll be a celebration of life for Auntie Sherry Sproat at Keokea Beach Park, starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday. This Sunday, the Waimea Community Chorus is holding their spring concert on Sunday, June 1st at Kahilu Theater in the afternoon, starting at 2 o'clock. And then looking into next week just a little bit, the North Kohala Community Development Plan Advisory Group, they meet at the Kohala Judiciary Building on the first Monday. Their meeting starts at 4:30 in the afternoon. And then the Waimea Trails and Greenways Group will also be meeting that same day at the Waimea Nature Park starting at 4:30. So look forward to seeing all of you out across the district in the week ahead. Thank you for taking the time to engage with me. Reach out if you have any questions. I'm honored to serve as your council member. You're welcome to email me at james.hustace@hawaiicounty.gov. You can call our Hilo office at 808-961-8564 or our Waimea office at 808-887-6077. And with that, I want to wish you good health. Be well. Aloha.